So the individual I was speaking with was sharing with me how those of you who are familiar with using Lyft, he was saying that he requested a ride and it would tell him a specific time, and then the driver was switched out. It would tell him, 10, 15 minutes or whatever, and then the driver was switched out. And now all of a sudden, his driver's gonna be there in 3 minutes. And he's not ready. So I asked him after he shared that, I asked him, does that happen to you quite often? And he said, yes. So when he shared that, I was like, wow, okay. So he began to, go on and share that that throws him off. He requested a ride, he thinking they're coming at one time and they come earlier. I'm thinking, why not just wait till you get ready to request your ride in the first place? Now, I happen to be aware that, sometimes it takes longer to find rides for whatever reason, time of day, lack of drivers, it be a holiday, whatever the case may be. However, since we're dealing with what is within our control and operating in power, I thought to myself, I didn't share it. I thought to myself, why not, again, because this has happened more than twice, 3 times. The first time it happens, that's understandable. Maybe even the second time, depending on how much time has elapsed between one instance and the other. However, when you start to see the pattern and you don't do anything about it other than complain, that means you're giving your power up. It means you're not operating in power. You're not placing yourself in a position to cause yourself to be successful. Because you're letting the circumstance dictate what's going to happen. Instead of at the very least making sure you're ready before you request your ride. So, and there was another situation where, there's a young woman who finds herself going to work late. Again, we're dealing with time. That's not the main idea. We're dealing with power. But in these two situations, the idea is doing things in such a way where you're sticking to the agreement, so to say, or you're in harmony with the system that you're utilizing or have agreed to operate in. So she needs to be to work. We'll say at 10 o'clock. It's a 30-minute ride for her to get to work. Anything can happen in that 30 minutes. However, instead of getting up in a timely manner or being ready in a timely manner to take that 30-minute ride, now you need to leave, we'll say at the very least by 9:30 to get there at 10 o'clock. But you don't know how long the lights are going to take. You don't know if there's any road closures that took place between the last time you went down that road and now. You don't know if there was an accident. You don't know anything. So every day, you give yourself time to walk in and clock in. So every day, you plan to leave at 9:25. Again, the job's a half an hour away. We're speaking principles. It's really up to you to discern how much time you give yourself. But the job's a half an hour away. Then you got to get food because you think you need to eat when everybody else does. They give you 3 breaks. A break. Breakfast, break fast, a break. But you don't look into the words, you just say, oh, well, you just go along with it. So they give you that break. You want to make sure you got something to break you down or break you off. That's probably how you'll put it, but eating as much as this world has to, at least in America, has told us we need to eat. You see what's happening to us. It runs you into the ground in most cases, unless you have a very justified reason for doing it, and you're on a very specific diet. Because continuous eating breaks down, works your digestive system. That's what you need to keep you here. Or it wears out your digestive system. And if your digestive system is worn out, you won't be able to process anything. You can't process anything, you don't have any nutrients to keep the body healthy. But they tell you eat 3 meals a day and snacks in between, which is ludicrous. However, you leave 5 minutes. You give yourself an extra, however, you leave at 9:25. That's a really tight spot to put yourself in or to be in when you want to make sure that you keep employment. Again, that's just something you may want to reevaluate. If you want to make sure you're successful at your job. If you want to be certain that you get there most of the time, being reasonable, why not leave 15, 20 minutes earlier? Just in case somebody flipped the car or something like that. Now, I don't will that upon anyone. Just in case there's a situation that has taken place that you are unaware of. And at the very least, maybe you get there 5 minutes late. And because you're so consistent in planning that way, and you usually show up 15, 20 minutes early, you developed a record to where they see, oh, Lucy? Oh yeah, she's here early all the time. Something must have taken place. This is rare. They don't even put it on the books. They don't even think about it. No one says anything. It's like nothing happened. Why? Because you've been operating in power. Something to consider.